All right, this is Unit 4, Video 2, Part 2. Interquartile range, otherwise known as IQR, divides a data set into 4 quartiles, 4 equal parts. To find the IQR, you're going to put the list of numbers in order, you're going to cut the list into 4 equal parts, and then the quartiles are at the quote cuts. Q1 is known as the lower quartile. By the way, do not include Q2 when you find this. Q2 is the middle quartile or the median. Q3 is the upper quartile. And again, do not include the Q2 value or the median when you find this value. Once you have those values, the Q3 and the Q1, you're simply going to subtract Q3 minus Q1 to find your interquartile range. Standard deviation is a measure of how spread out numbers are. The Greek letter sigma is the symbol, which I've drawn for you there. The formula is the square root of the variance. Well, then what's variance? The variance is the average of the squared difference from the mean. How to calculate the variance? Work out the mean, the average, find each number, subtract the mean, and then square the result. Work out the average of those squared differences. To calculate the standard deviation, you're going to take the square root of the variance. Using the standard deviation, we have a standard way of knowing what is normal and then what would be considered extra large or extra small. That's why we have it. Okay, so here's an example. The table lists the ages of the trombone and trumpet players in a town band. So there they are. The trombones are listed in green, 65, 30, 25, 58, 29, 32, 47, 40, 39, and 35. The trumpet is pink, 24, 30, 27, 33, 31, 25, 29, 35, 34, 26. And we're going to calculate the following things: the mean, the median, the range, the IQR, and the standard deviation for each of these lists. We are also going to talk in class, and there's a video on my website. There's a couple videos, YouTube videos that are pretty short, either 2 or 3 minutes, that go through how to use the graphing calculator to find the standard deviation, as well as all of this stuff. It's great. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to use that as opposed to showing all of the work in the space I have provided. I'm going to use the calculator. All right, now, as you see, the numbers all appeared. So what I did is I used my graphing calculator and I went to stat. I hit the stat button, and the first thing I did is I hit the edit button, and then I typed in my list. So I typed in my ages up here of my trombone, okay? I typed those into my list. After I did that, I hit the stat button again on the calculator, and we're gonna do this in class, and I scrolled over to calculus, the calc, not calculus, it calculated, to one variable stats, and then I hit enter. And from that, I could see the mean, because by the way, the mean has an X with a bar over it. The median on here is simply the letters M-E-D. Now, the range is not necessarily sitting there. However, I know that range is the maximum number minus the smallest. So I go max minus min, and that's how I found my range, okay? And then the IQR, the interquartile range, remember, is Q3 minus Q1. It's sitting right there on the calculator. You'll see a Q3, and then you're going to subtract Q1 from that. And then standard deviation, if you remember from my other drawing over there, I'm going to put it over here in blue. Standard deviation looks like this, but also standard deviation is an S, okay? These are the 2 ways you're going to see standard deviation. If you see it like the Greek symbol here in the calculator, that means the population. You're actually taking the standard deviation of the entire population. Well, they told me it lists the ages of the trombone and trumpet players, so I'm going to go, this is the population. The S stands for a sample standard deviation, so you'd be finding, like, if they didn't do it for all of them. We'll play back and forth with these, but I just want to make sure you understand this is for the population, this is for the sample, why the number is just a little bit different, okay? But yes, we're going to work out problems like this in class, and we're going to use a graphing calculator, and it's going to be great. All right.